I am live, it says. I am live. Well, hello, hello, hello. Happy new day. Happy new and beautiful day. This is a day that we have made as a collective consciousness, so we must be glad and rejoice in it. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for this now moment. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day. Oh, let's see. I don't know if I think let me see if I, actually. Yay, I did. Haha. Supreme Rising, Niche 590. What's up, what's up, what's up? Happy new day. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, great morning. Yes, it is. It is gorgeous. Absolutely. Gratitude for your presence. I am grateful. Same to you. What's up, Mr. Over It on the YouTube side? Gratitude, 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 gratitude. I am grateful, grateful, grateful. All right. All right. So today. What's up, Natural Mystic? How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you guys for coming in and everything. I just want to talk about a little something about what I just had a conversation about in terms of judgment. And I wanted to get you guys' opinion about judgment. Is it necessary or is it a social construct? Because every time I go back to one or go back to 0 point reference, it makes me ask, is it really necessary? Because I'm always going back to one, right? What's up, KJ? How you doing, Mama? Gratitude for your presence. I'm grateful. Thank you for being here. Um, so I just wanted to get on here because there's a lot that is going on. Going on. What's going on? What's going on? Natural Mystic, you say it's a social construct. Ooh, 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 ooh. What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? Hey, 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 hey. All right, yes. You think it's a social construct, Natural Mystic. I'm going to get some more people that think that is it necessary or is it a social construct? All right, so I got one person, Natural Mystic is saying that it is a social construct. I'm going to see whether or not if anybody else would like to answer that. No answer is the you see me better on YouTube? Is there a glare? Let me see if this helps. I don't know. Let's see if I do it like this. Okay, let me see. Maybe that's better. Okay, there we go. Let's see if that makes any. Let's see what we got going on right now. What we got going on right now. Hey, 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 hey. All right. So, okay. So, I want, in the essence of the world is a better place. I want to talk about judgment, right? I want to talk about judgment, and the question of the matter is judgment. Is it necessary, or is it a social construct? Now, one what I can say that if one thinks that it is necessary, um, for me it would be necessary because of the social construct. But in essence, it is a social construct because it's really not necessary. The only thing that makes it necessary is the social construct. And so we judge because of how we have been formulated and constructed, in the essence, to the many different ways that we are expressing our consciousness through people, places, persons, and things, situations, and all of those many different things. So, therefore, the social construct that has been created by many variations of how energies is being expressed is why we judge, right? This is my most humblest of opinion about it. But I wanted to bring this bring this essence to you guys because we have a tendency to be extremely judgmental. Um, and we sometimes it's it could be, one might think that it could be warranted, but in essence, do we really have to judge? Because if we begin to understand things for what they, how they really are, and we begin to migrate on things and how they really are, then you understand that you vibrate out of the circumstances that you don't want to, no longer want to experience. But a lot of people don't know how to vibrate out of that because we have been conditioned to continuously be tethered to these particular energies by many different things, and judgment is one of them, right? Because we don't know to vibrate out of it. Because one day, oh well, how do you vibrate out of it? How do you vibrate out of it or whatever, right? We don't know nothing about how to vibrate out of it, but that's why we're here. That's why many of us is here. Our ego is the social construct. Yes, definitely, we're definitely moving through our ego. But I'm not going to really give a bad name to the ego, because the ego is there to kind of like be the buffer between the construct as well as our spiritual essence. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of beating, but at the end of the day, it wants to survive, right? It wants to survive. But I'm also inclined to believe. What's up, Des? How you doing? Gratitude for your presence, Nature Wolf. Thank you, Mama. Gratitude for your presence. What happens naturally, Cosmos? I'm lost. I'm a little bit lost. What happened naturally? But the judge, I want us to begin to understand, the judgment side, because a lot of times people might look, glad to hear this. I'm glad to hear. A lot of people might look at, the situations and say, yeah, we got to judge because we got pedophilia and we got murder and we got all of these things and all of this shit that's going on. But you're judging because of the social construct, that has designed out of these particular low density energies, has spawned an experience of judgment. But do you have to judge? No. If you no longer wanted to experience it, we vibrate out of it. And the thing of it is that one is like, well, how do you vibrate out of it? That is the $1,000,000 question, because a lot of people are talking about, they talk about vibrate out of it and vibrate into the essences of what it is that you want to experience. And nobody knows how to do that shit because, we've been moving along in the manner to which we have been moving. And that is what we are customary to doing. So we only know what we know, and what we don't know, nobody don't know how to tell us how to get to it. And so all somebody is saying is vibrate out of it. But how do you vibrate out of it? You let go of the things that create the energy. So that judgment is a part of the social construct. It is because of how we have been cultivated in the essence of society that tethers us to judging others, right? Whether you're too poor, you're too rich, you're too this, you're too that. Vibrating out happens when we vibrate higher. Yes. So, all right. So if you have let's say you got a balloon, right? And you put helium in it, right? So if you want to ground that balloon that got helium in it, what do you put? You put weights on it, right? You put those little nice little pretty little things on there that's and we put weights on it to keep it from ascending, right? So what are the weights? Judgment, where it vibrates, experiences, where it vibrates, people, where you vibrate, places, where you vibrate, things, where you vibrate. So if your vibration is dense to your helium, then you won't float. You won't go nowhere. No matter how much helium you have in you, if you have that weighted essence of where you are vibrating from, the density level of where you're vibrating from, then you won't ascend, right? Yes, trauma. Definitely trauma, but everything is in essence can be traumatic. because the trauma really is all of these dense experiences. Dense experience creates trauma. Anything that puts you in fear, that wants to control you, that moves you in the essence of duality. And I'm not making it say that duality is a bad thing, but it's an experience that resides in the essence of density. I'm your energy girl. I'm explaining things from a different perspective that is not, most people don't explain it in this way, because they're very well read, they're very well studied. They are astute in so many different things, which is a beautiful, beautiful way to be. I'm not knocking that at all. But I just give you the essence of how that same expression, what it looks like energetically, because I peel back the layers, right? I peel back the layer. So you are this what's the word? Heliuminated balloon. You have helium, right? So you know that if you take the weight off you take the weight off the string of the balloon and you let it go, then the helium is going to allow it to ascend. But as long as that weight is on that balloon, that heliuminated balloon, it's going to keep it grounded. It's going to keep it tethered. It's going to keep it, stationary in its space, right? So the tethering to all of that is the density. That what keeps that weight looks like on a helium balloon is dense energy, expressing from dense energy. And the people, places, persons, and things, situation that holds you down, right, is that weight. I think it goes towards the sun. The helium, the molecules and everything could definitely, that's in helium, could definitely well be that it goes directly towards the sun once it's released. That could very well be true. I've never really watched it that far. Once we let go of the balloons, I never really watched to see like exactly what direction it goes. But with me, anything is possible. So I'm not going to say that that's not true. And it's probably more likely to be true more so than not, right? Because it's energy, right? But the thing about judging, right? The essence about judging is what I want to talk about now in terms of, is judging necessary or is it a part of a social construct? When I peel back the layers, I realize that judging is not necessary, because when you begin to understand that, we are consciousness expressing, no matter what the avatar is, we are still consciousness expressing. Broken glass is consciousness expressing. It's energy. Okay. We are consciousness expressing. So when I begin to understand that we are consciousness expressing, that I now have become non-judgmental as a result of that, because I understand that these are constructs, these are experiences, and so therefore the conformity of the construct is what spawned created the experience of judgment. But do you have to judge? No. I know that a lot of times we have this thing about how we see people, and we think that the way we think in terms of what has cultivated our now moment, that everybody should be moving in that functionality because of logic. But logic is also a construct, right? Because as we can see, there are so many different things that presents itself that may not be logical, right? That may present itself as illogical, right? So if you have logical and you have illogical, those are constructs of how energy is going to be expressed. What you're going to get over here is how energy is expressing itself, so that we can begin to understand that a lot of things that we wrap ourselves around in terms of what we hold, near and dear to us, is just us expressing. And what value you gives it, it's clearly up to you. But we don't have to be as judgmental as we have been designed or created to be in terms of what this construct has conditioned us to be in terms of how we express our energy. Like I said, I'm the girl that pulls back the layer past the biology, right? past the biology, past the genealogy, past all of the things that constitute how we express energy, because you are expressing energy through your biology. You are expressing energy through your genes. You are expressing energy through your energetic signature, right? We all are consciousness that is expressing energy. And when we begin to understand that, then we begin to understand how to actually function in a social environment, in terms of what it is that we want to be a part of. And as I said, me being on this tour, this World is a Better Place tour, it's making, it is allowing me to be in this space to explain it from that perspective, that you can now change the construct of how you see your relative reality. Because if you really truly want the world to be a better place, you have the ability within yourself and your being to start with you to make the world a better place, right? Judgment keeps us tethered to the construct that creates the judgment or the ability to judge, right? So that's why you have the stage that's been set up, that you got the judges, you got the jury, you got your own personal thing, like, oh, she wearing that, oh, she don't look good in that, oh, she look bad in that, oh, we're always constantly judging, because we have been cultivated through societal ills and societal norms and everything to be judgmental. We have been cultivated in that regard. And many of us, we're genetically coded to enjoy that essence of judgment, which moves all the way back to the Sumerian, which moves all the way back to the Anunnakians and all of those different things. One of the things that I've learned, that I am moving into the essence of understanding Anunnakians, I've been coming in alignment with this information about Anunnakians. And I'm like, okay, something wants me to know about Anunnakians, right? And the more and more that I become in alignment with the essence of Anunnakians, to which many of you guys identify with genetically, right? Is that, though that expression isn't what we would consider in this realm a good thing. Okay, they expressed dense energy. Okay. And so therefore, this is why a lot of us, that are here now expressing, is having a hard time to coming into the understanding of how to kind of like move out of that density, because we're wired. Many people are wired for that expression. When you begin, I think I'm going to go ahead. I came into this series. I don't know how I came into this series of them talking about the Anunnakians. And some of the information that is in it resonates, but a lot of it doesn't resonate, right? What resonates with me with that is that a lot of us still house those genetics, right? That the way to express energy through genetics, that's another type of tethering that one may not realize, that it is kind of somewhat tethering you to an energy, right? And if in your genetics that energy is a dense energy, right, and you are expressing that through your genetics, then it kind of like holds you hostage to a denser energetic expression. One of the things that I wanted to kind of get an understanding of is that why are neuromelanated people having the most hard time of letting go dense energy, right? And so with me being one to peel back the layers, is because genetics are also expressions of energy. Epigenetics of how it transcends down into the material is also an expression of energy. So if you are housing, they paused the live, they paused the live on IG. So if you are housing DNA that has expressed dense energy, and that is a part of the construction of your material essence of how to express energy in the material. And there is a lot of, and that DNA is very strong in terms of where where it resides in terms of the energy force that is expressing from. It'll be hard for you to be lighter, right? Because you got such dense energy encoded in your DNA that is that tethers and expresses from a dense energetic expression of energy. So, a lot of us neuromelanated beings are having a hard time becoming light as a feather, because the essence of us genetically is tethered energetically to dense energetic expression. And when because so many of you guys identify with the Anunnakians, and everything that I'm learning about the Anunnakians on my own accord, just knowing, it's like they were very, 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 very dense in terms of how they expressed energy. They expressed energy in a dense energetic expression of energy through conscious. They express their consciousness through a dense energetic expression. So if we inherited that expression through genetics, right, as neuromelanated beings, this is why separation is so much more profound to us than unity, because genetically, right, we have inherited genetics that expresses energy through dense energetic expression, right? Now, this is what came to me. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Anunnakian expression of energy, but this is what has come to me. And I say Anunnakian because there really is, the word Anunnakian is something that is also a construct, but it's still somewhat tied energetically to certain ways of how energy was being expressed by these group of beings, right? Expressing consciousness. Okay. So, a lot of times what happens is that the reason why it's so difficult for many people, neuromelanated people, to come out of the essence of expression of dense entity, which is the illusion of separation and all of this different kind of stuff, is because, right, it is housed genetically in our essence, and we have to really grow out of it or vibrate out of it and make a real true conscious decision that we want to recode that aspect of our genetics. There is a monk that I think I saved that reel, that when you go into deep forms of state of meditation, you have the ability to recode your genetics. And these are some of the things that we don't know. And this is why we get so caught up with all of these many different stories and different things that are being expressed, because we truly don't know the metaphysics behind ourselves and what we are truly capable of when we begin to request to move into those essences of understandings. You have to be open to be moved into the essence of understandings, or otherwise you're going to repeat what has been programmed in your genetics. Okay. And so the essence of what's being programmed in your genetics, right, to which many of you guys identify with the Anunnakian. When I hear Anunnakian, I just understand it as consciousness being expressed through dense energies. So if you identify with the Anunnakian or any other species that expresses energy at a dense, if you find a hard time to evolve out of that, that's because it's coded within your DNA. So you are expressing that energetic value that is coded within your DNA in through dense energies. This is why it's hard for you to really see unity consciousness. It's hard for you to move out of victim consciousness and everything, because the epigenetics, or the coding within your DNA, the stronghold in your DNA is moving you as such, right? And I know this will not make no sense to those who are still in the essence of that construct and expressing the energy from that construct. But I'm putting it out there. As crazy as it may sound, something in deep down inside Buddy Love is you're going to be like, you know what? That lady wasn't so crazy after all. And she was the only one brave enough to come out and say it in this way to make it palatable for people to understand what is actually going on. Because nobody is not really explaining it this way. Everybody is explaining, because the thing of it is that I am truly here to free you, right? Not hold you hostage. I'm here to show you what could potentially hold you hostage. I'm not trying to keep you there. Okay? I'm the one that's telling you and giving you references that you can go into a state of meditation to recode your DNA so that it can release you from having to express in a dense manner to where you're stuck in a paradigm of energy because of lineage, because of DNA. And like I said, many of you guys identify with being Anunnakian, right? But from what I gather from everything that I've come in alignment with, the Anunnakian always is expressed from a dense energetic expression. Thus why, the creation of duality and everything and how we operate in this now moment. Another thing that came to me about the God, right? When we talk about gods and the gods and the gods, we have to understand that we are moving from a polarized sense of energy. And when you spell God backwards, what do you get? You get dog. So in dog we trust. When they say in God we trust, in dog we trust. So the dog constellation is what? You see what I'm saying? So and what I'm gathering is that they're not gods. They were just consciousness expressing itself in a dense energetic form. And when the density came into the expression of the consciousness, they created themselves in the essence of separation and superiority. The superiority is what created the essence of the illusion of separation, because they wanted to be better than somebody else, and they wanted to create something that was lesser than them. So this is where the dualistic side of expression, and that can only be expressed in dense energy. So if you are moving from the essence of an Anunnakian, just know that your genetics is coded to express energy from a dense energetic expression. Not bad, not good. It's just where your consciousness is expressing energy from. So that's why it's hard, for you to, really look at it from a perspective of unity consciousness. God is instead of gods, and gods is all. Generator, operator, destroyer. I feel like the goddess thing makes its gender based. In other words, separation. Yes, it is separational. Is it true? Thank you, Chef Kennedy. Is it true? Yes, it's true for the essence of consciousness that created that energetic anomaly. So it is a true vortex. So nobody is not denying that it's just true or not, that the God and the goddess doesn't exist. Yes, it does exist. It was created, but it was created for the essence to create the illusion of separation and to express from a dense energetic vortex. We are expressing from a dense energetic vortex that we are now ascending out of. But the thing of it is, like I utilized the helium in the balloon, if you are still tethered to all of those anomalies, right, or those experiences that was created in the essence of the expression of dense energy, you got to let that go in order to be free, or to be able to express the helium side of yourself, and to be free from the construct. Okay, you understand, Cosmos? I'm grateful. Like I said, I know that ain't nobody, I don't know stories, so you're not going to get from me this essence of intellectual property that, can explain this and it can explain that. The only thing that has been bestowed upon me naturally is just understanding this energy. And I even say this is understanding at a baseline sense of understanding. I even think that it is, right? But nevertheless, it has given me such a clarity that I can move and unlock certain aspects of myself within myself. Because as I said, this is me expressing to you guys, right? But it is liberating. It is freeing. It is very, very freeing. And judgment is a part of that construct. Okay? It's a part of that social construct. Because once you pull back the layers, right, you realize that, it's just consciousness expressing. There really is no reason to judge, but the construct has cultivated you and say that, yes, there is reason for you to judge because we have created this essence of duality. We are expressing energy in a very dense energetic expression that allows for experiences such as murder and different things, or the egregiousness of the expression of the density to create these experiences. So yes, judgment is necessary when you decide to express energy from a density that is very dense and stagnant in terms of energetic expression, that creates the essence of duality, or the ball of energy that is polarized, right? I don't know the stories. I don't know how to articulate what's happening with the UFO. All I know is just that that's not what I'm not deciding to plug in to that experience. That's the only thing that I could tell you. I could tell you why I'm not plugging in that experience, because I realize where it vibrates. I realize the energy that is housing that expression, right? That experience. Yes, the Bible says to judge, but where does the Bible reside energetically, vibrationally, and in frequency? And it resides in a dense energetic expression of energy. So yes, your Bible is true for the construct that created it. No argument there. Ego runs our lives so hard to unlock ourselves. If you say that, then that is what it's going to be, because you are the power behind the essence of the expression. So if you say that, then thus it shall be. If you understand that the ego can also be transmuted, just like it expresses energy in a dense energetic expression, it can also express energy in a lighter essence of expression, right? It doesn't have to be tied in only and solely and only into an egotistical, dense, energetic expression of energy. It doesn't have to be tied to it. Nobody just never told you that there is another option of how the ego can be expressed. You are in control. You are in the driver's seat. But if you let somebody chauffeur you, you are liable for that chauffeur to take you where he wants you to go, because he's the one that is in control of the wheel instead of you, right? Now, I know, as I said before, I know that I am completely unorthodox, right? I am way left. I know that I'm left field, right? Or even right field, however you want to, but I'm way out there. But I am going to put that way out there, right? To let people know that you have options, that my craziness might be sane. It might have some sanity to it if we begin to understand how we truly are. Do you have to judge? No. You don't have to judge. Judgment is a part of a dense energetic expression. Supreme Rising, TK the God 222. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. 868 Quran. I'm grateful. Thank you for being here. Did I see you come in here? Oh, yes, you were in here. But I'm grateful for your presence. Thank you for being here. Let me get this phone out of this heat, because I can feel it. Hold on, you guys. Oh, boy. Because all of a sudden it just got hot. Okay. Ooh, it look like I'm going to have to turn on. Okay. All right. Hold on, you guys. Let me back up. All of a sudden it just got hot. Okay. So now I gotta hold the phone. I'm gonna have to hold the two phones now. I hold the two phones, right? So in essence, you guys, let me see if I can see anything. Okay, nobody said anything. I just want to make sure that nobody said anything, so I don't ignore you, right? So judgment is a construct. Judgment is a part of a social construct because of how we express energy. Okay, we express energy in a dense form of expression, which has constituted situations that allow for judgment to commence. But do we have to judge? No, we don't have to judge. Although they're saying that you do have to judge and judgment is necessary and everything, it is necessary for the social construct that created because of the social experiences and how those experiences and the energy those experiences were created. Okay, but do you have to judge? No, because when you begin to understand that the judgment is only because if you know that judgment is spawned from the energy of density, right? You understand that it's just consciousness expressing itself in a dense energetic form. I'm going back to us as neuromelanated beings, speaking of the Anunnakian. to which many of you guys identify with. And everything that I'm coming in alignment with, not to say that is true. Gratitude. Oh, hi, AJ Jasmine. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. Um, Let me see. 868. Quran says, I must be my first judge to judge. Yes. Which means just judge. If there is any judgment, it's the judgment of self and not others. Because you are choosing to be in that vibrational vortex where those experiences reside. You can just simply vibrate out of it. So think about it. If you're judging someone, it's because you're choosing to stay in that vibrational vortex. But if it's something that you don't want to experience, then all you have to do is vibrate out of it, right? Vibrate out of it. And so, as I was saying earlier, one might say, well, how do you vibrate out of it? Then you stop judging. You stop giving life to the things that you don't no longer want to experience, that you see in your life, as much of a detriment to you than more so than a benefit. And then you start, changing that value to what it is that you do want to experience, even though it may not be there, it may not materialize, but that doesn't stop you from saying, I don't care what it's saying. This is the life that I want to experience. This is the realm that I want to experience. This is the energy that I want to express. And until it comes to fruition, right? Until it materializes itself to be your relative reality. That's how you know that you are vibrating out of the situation. You're not judging the situation. You're just vibrating out of it. The only time you have judgment for it is because you feel that you can't vibrate out of the situation. So in order to change the value of it is to judge it. But that is not going to change the value of it. It's just going to give you more shit to judge, because there's going to be more experiences within that vibrational vortex for you to continue to judge. It's to vibrate out of where judgment resides. Vibrate out of it. We share energy, but we share the same energy, but we express the energy differently based off of the frequency and the vibration of that energy. That's what makes it. So where it resides energetically, in terms of the frequency and the vibration of it, is what makes the experience a different vibrational experience, right? Anytime we find ourselves judging is because we do not want to ascend out of the vibrational vortex that requires judgment. So therefore, you're going to always be judging, because you are vibrating in a vibrational vortex of experiences where judgment was created and is expressed, and there's going to be a plethora of experiences within that vibrational vortex for you to judge. It's going to always be something there to judge because of where it vibrationally resides, where it energetically resides, right? So in order to come out of the judgment, you have to vibrate out of it. And I know I keep saying vibrate out, vibrate out, vibrate out, but you have to, unassociate to dissimulate, right? Right? And as I said before, genetics, right? Genetics. Why is it so hard for people that look like myself and you, for us to come out of the illusion of separation? I had someone, hold on you guys, let me turn this down. I had someone says that I'm for my people and we done been through too much. Well, we done been through too much is because we're deciding to stay where too much reside. We're deciding to stay in the essence vibrationally where too much reside. And so therefore, if it's too much, why don't we just do something different to come out of where too much resides, right? Because they're all, if you do a list, if somebody say, well, what is too much? And you write down everything that you done been through too much. And you know what? I'm going to look at that list and say, dense energy, expression of dense energy, murder, expression of dense energy, poverty, expression of dense energy, rape, expression of dense energy, disparity, the expression of this energy, affirmative action, expression of this energy, separation, expression of this energy, biasness, expression of this energy, right? That's what I'm going to say when you write your list. Expression of this energy. What is there any other energy that we can express from? Yes. There go the $1,000,000 question. Is there any other energy that we can express from? Absolutely. Is there any other vibrational vortex that we can express from? Absolutely. Where judgment doesn't reside? Absolutely. You judge because that's where you and you know what the thing of it is that as long as we stay there, it's going to be a plethora of so many different things to judge. But where I'm at now, I no longer judge because I understand that it's energy being expressed. Now, in terms of can I say that to people? Oh, I understand where it's at because it's just energy being expressed. Because I'm in a working environment, because we're in a what is the word, a collective aspect of expression, right? Then you tend to express yourself in a different way because they're not going to overstand that. Oh no, I'm not judging. I just see it for what it is. What do you mean? Because then now you are a minority, right? What do you mean? You're not judging. What do you mean? Because I'm the minority because I don't judge because I understand things at a different level of consciousness, right? So therefore, I can't say that I'm going to judge. I'm not going to judge because most people still chooses to judge, right? They still chooses to judge. But judgment is a part of the construct. Even in your Bible, even in the Sumerian and all of the things because remember now, they are limiting you, right? To all things that judge. But what is past the judgment? Is there a space in time where things are not judged? Has anybody ever decided to explore that aspect of exploration? Right? Right? Because we are moving in the essence of where this is being expressed. There is a divine essence of how energy is being expressed. However, in the essence of the dense side of expression, right? It creates all of these things to experience. So that's why it's so many. If you ever sit down and really look at how much stuff is going on, there's not enough fingers or toes to even count how much things that are going on. It's like it's a plethora of so many different things that are happening all at the same time, and everybody understands it, overstands it differently, right? Because of how they are internalizing the process of the experience, right? It is so many different ways. And, for me, I tell everybody that they're correct of how they understand their now moment. But I also want you to understand that how you understand it doesn't necessarily mean that someone else has to understand it from that way. Because we are all here to express consciousness, right? In whatever vibrational vortex or energetic vortex that we want to express that consciousness through. That's why it's not, when people say, "Oh, it's right, this is right, this is right." No, this is how you understand it. This is your moment of how you are expressing it. Now, do we have any similarities? May we have some similarities, and we may have some agreements or different things of that nature. Yes. But remember now, a lot of things that went on in this density was forced agreement. They force you to agreement through religion. They force you to agree through laws because there is a knowing that not everybody is agreeing on the same thing in the same essence in the same exact thing. So now they impose a forced agreement on us to get us conformed to be forcefully agreeable on things when in essence we all express differently. We have a different signature of energetic expression, right? Our signature is different. The way our DNA is cultivated in terms of how it expresses energy is different. It's different. Right? Because we are here to have a multitude of experiences. And there's so many experiences that are differently that is going on right now. Not no two people are the same. No two people are exactly alike. But yet and still they create a dense like one of the things that I want to show you guys is that it's not that we are overpopulated. We are we are densely populated. And when you become densely populated, then you're easily to control. They can get everybody's minds on the same page. They can get everybody to sing the same song. They can get everybody to move in the same accordance, right? Because you are now more closely constructed to be able to be controlled. Dense energy, dense is control. But when you free, like how them like them UFOs that they be putting out there, the UFOs can be doing zigzags and shit and everything because it ain't moving from a consciousness that allows it to be dense. Dense energy slows you down. It's just like having a blood clot or something in a passageway. It slows down the flow of the blood and different things of that nature. It stagnates the blood density. They densely populate you. It's no such thing as being overpopulated. There's no such thing as overpopulation. There is dense population. So when you begin to understand moving from how, the housing of dense energy, then you begin to understand what judgment comes from and all of the experiences. As long as you reside into the essence of where the creation of experiences that are dense that's going to require judgment, you will always be judging. Especially if you are moving in a densely populated essence of expression, you're going to always be judging because you have not yet figured out that to not be in that space, you have to ascend from it, unless you like being there. Unless you like judging, unless you like being, judgmental and everything. And that to me is coded in your DNA. That's an expression that you don't really want to evolve from if you love being judgmental or you validate being judged. They paused the live, you guys. They keep pausing the live. They paused the live. They validate you being judgmental, right? You validate being judgmental. That's a part. That's just a way they pause the live again. They keep pausing the live. That validates you being judgmental, right? So I just want you guys to like really take heed to what it is that I'm saying here because, the world is a beautiful place. And if we no longer want to experience the things that are egregious in nature or low vibrational in nature or, things that, we have to vibrate out of it. That's the answer. That's the key. Vibrate out of it. Have these conversations with yourself. I have conversations with myself all the time. Right. I'm not one to, be, looking in books and stuff like that. But I do have conversations with myself all the time in terms of what it is that I truly want to be and what it is that I want to express, even if it doesn't really materialize in this relative reality. I'm still making preparations to where I want to energetically reside in the next expression of energy, in the next life. Right. And how I express that energy. I'm still preparing a table for myself, right? By just growing and healing from this expression so that, when they pause the live again. They pause the live, you guys. So when it's time for me to express energy in the next lifetime, right? I'm already still on that road of expressing energy from a lighter essence of expression and no more from a dense energetic essence of expression. Judgment is necessary for the essence of where it was created, right? Judgment was created in the essence of the dualistic side of expression. A lot of times people say chaos energy. I think someone said something about chaos energy and different things of that nature. That is also a part of how energetic energy is being expressed. But there is essences of expression where you don't have to express energy in chaos. Expressing energy in chaos is a choice. You have a choice of how you want to express energy, how consciousness want to express energy. And when you begin to understand consciousness expressing energy, you begin to understand how consciousness is expressing energy through the people, places, persons, and things and situations and all of those things, right? So if you're judging, where does judgment reside? Where does chaos energy reside? Where does just peel back the layers, right? If you're moving through trauma, where does trauma reside? What is it associated to? Is it associated with war? Is it associated, with poverty? Is it associated? Where? Do a list in terms of where the trauma. I guarantee you, you do a list and you write it down, right? I guarantee you, I'll tell you that that's dense energy. You are expressing from dense energy. So then how do you get to the next level, divine, where you don't have to express from dense energy no more to create a different experience? Let go everything that has created that trauma and realize that it was just an experience that you experience, and release it and free yourself from it as well to ascend. That means that you're taking the weight off of the balloon that got helium in it so that you can rise, so that you can ascend, because you are now becoming conscious and aware of what it is that's holding you down. I wish I could. I wish I could go in front of a chalkboard and set a tripod up to give you guys a visual of what dense energy looks like, how expression from dense energy looks like. Then maybe many of you guys will get what it is that I'm saying. And maybe one day I will, get a little bit more sophisticated and get a little chalkboard and write down some of the stuff so that you guys can see what it looks like. Because many of us are very visual in nature, right? We're very, 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 very visual in nature. So that way, sometimes we have to break it down and write it down and different things of that nature because we're visual, okay? But it's a choice. And a lot of us, we should set up, let me see. Chef Kennardi says we should set up a funding thing to where we can send you money to invest in your teachings, aka. I'm grateful. It's not that. It's just that I don't have a space. My house is so noisy. If I had, if my house wasn't so noisy, I would do it in my house, Mama. Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Right. But I realize that we are very visual, you know what I'm saying, in terms of, how we see things and everything. But I wish that, I could have some essence of collaboration, that's with someone that understands me and how I express my energy. Because, I realize that I'm somewhere else. I know that I'm somewhere else. Like, a lot of people don't understand anything that I say because they feel that it's more than that. And I get that. I get it. And sometimes I'm like, oh, why is it that I understand them, but they don't understand me? I'm like, why they don't understand me? And I completely understand everything that they're saying and nobody gets me. But I can't stop. I can't stop this expression because I know that this is a key to something, right? Hey, Mary. Hey, beautiful soul. How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. So I know that it's like, I know that I'm very unorthodox. I know that the things that I say is like, oh my God, Divine, are you really serious about it? And I'm very serious about it because I realized something that many people don't realize yet. And I can clearly, if I hear what you're saying, if somebody was to write things down, I could clearly define where it resides energetically. I have that talent of being able to do that. Great, Mama. I hope you are well too. Yes, I am amazing. I'm about to my best friend is starting this weight loss thing she's opening up a practice. So I'm about to be her guinea pig, right? To to promote business and do this weight loss thing. So I'm like, yeah. That was some good news today. She's like, you want to be my guinea pig? I'm like, yeah. Weight loss she's gonna open up this weight loss thing. So I'm like, okay, I'll be your guinea pig. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get some weight off for free. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy because, honey, these pounds that's been put, and I don't know what's going on. One minute I look like I look like I'm on crack, and then the next minute I done look like I done had about 70 Snickers, and I'm Professor Clump. So it's like these drastic fluctuations. So I got some good news for that. So y'all might see me kind of somewhat promote her business and stuff like that. But I know many of you guys don't have no weight issues, so that's a good thing. Just be grateful. But I'm always fluctuating. It's like one minute I look like I'm on something crazy, and the next minute look like I done ate a whole balloon or something. Yes, but I just want you guys to see you guys selves in such a beautiful light, because when you peel back the layer of it all, you guys are very, very beautiful, beautiful beings. Contrary to what this experience is saying. And as Chef Kennard says, I'm going to try to get that board, and so that to become a little bit more interactive, so that you guys can start throwing out things, and I write them down on the board, and then I can categorize, so that can give you a visual of what it looks like. I'm going to try to see if I can set up something to be more visual, because I know that we need to see things in order for it to make any type of sense. But judgment is a part of a social construct. There are many people that are vibrating through DNA, vibrating and expressing energy through DNA in density, because of the epigenetics or the stronghold of the DNA. As I said before, I went as far back as the Anunnakian and the creation of this realm and the matter to which we are now expressing energy from. And so therefore, that's why a lot of neuromelanated beings are having such a hard time becoming fluid, because of the stronghold of the epigenetics or the memory of the energy being expressed, and they can't let it go. They can't see past the trauma. They can't see past the illusion of separation. They can't see past victim consciousness. It's because the coding in the DNA or the epigenetics in the DNA pretty much got them securely tethered to that energy, right? And I'm here to free. I'm here to give at least some kind of verbiage or some type of wording, so that you guys can at least make some type of connection and say, is that why I keep saying I'm with my people? Well, we all are our people. The only reason why maybe I'm not in that boat is because I recoded myself somewhere, some type of way, through meditation, right? I decoded and recoded myself, or these energies recoded me, because I was receptive to the recalibration of moving from the essence of the energetic expression of where oneness reside vibrationally. So it recoded me in terms of where I'm expressing from right now, right? But I guarantee you, nobody is not saying what I'm saying in the manner to which I'm saying it. And I know that it sounds batshit crazy, but it will make sense. If we live through this process, and we're still in this avatar, and we're still in this experience and the knowing, y'all gonna say, okay, that crazy lady wasn't so crazy after all. Right? She wasn't that crazy after all, because that's when it's going to begin to start making sense. It's going to become more vibrationally sound for understanding and clarity. Right? Yes, your DNA is coded for you to move in vibrational vortexes, right? The epigenetics of your DNA, or to express energy from. And like I said, right, there are many of us, you guys, that resonate with the Anunnakian. And I'm going to post, I'm gonna try to screen record some of the information that I was able to receive And then I'm going to make a what they call it. I'm going to make a reel out of it. But these Anunnakians ain't they are no saints. They're no saints, and um, I'm not saying that they're good or bad, but I will say they express their energy. They choose to express their energy from a dense energetic vortex, right? There's nothing fluid about how they express energy. So if you are claiming lineage to that essence, then that shit is locked and loaded in your DNA. And that's why it's so hard for you to release it's so hard for you to accept another value of expression of energy, because you're locked and loaded into that expression of your DNA that keeps you connected and grounded to expressing energy from a denser energetic expression, because they express energy from a dense energetic expression that created duality, that created the illusion of separation. They are the forefathers of the creation of the illusion of separation. They are the ones. They are part of that process, right? They are the gods of this realm. That's why they say, in God we trust, because if you reverse God, it turns into dog. And then when you look at the word dog, and you go and start visiting the constellation of where the dog star and all of that shit reside, then you're going to find the Anunnakians, right? So in God we trust is the same synonymous to say energetically, vibrationally, in dog we trust. In the dog star, the dog constellations, right? And that is the false essence of the construct of God. So when y'all talk about God, I'm a God, I ain't no God. I am that I am, but I ain't no God. I am not no God. I am consciousness expressing. I am consciousness expressing. I am not a God. Because when you reverse the order of the word God, you get dog. And when you begin to look in the star constellations of where the dog reside, the dog constellation, you get the Anunnakians. I am not a God. I am not a God. I am not a goddess. I am consciousness expressing. And one might look at me and be like, oh my God, my sister, are you crazy? We done went through all of this and everything to get people to recognize us as God and goddesses and everything like that. No, I'm not crazy. I flipped it and reversed it. I did a missy on y'all ass. Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your flip. I flipped it and reversed it. I'm moving in a different essence of energy. I'm moving at a different essence of in terms of consciousness. That doesn't make me any less than, because I'm growing more essence in terms of who I am and the knowing of who I am. Like I said, this is not a popular. I'm not popular. I'm very unorthodox, right? Very, very, very unorthodox. It doesn't make me any less. But for those of you guys that still needs to be called gods and goddesses, guess what? The vibrational vortex where that energy resides is there for the expression, is there for the experience. So I'm not here to judge you in terms of how you want to express the value of how you understand your now moment. I'm not here to judge you. I get it. I get it. I'm not here to judge you. But a lot of y'all judge me though, because I don't fit the conformities of what is socially acceptable, or even in terms of what is spiritually acceptable into the essence of metaphysics, because I understand it the way that I understand it. And I'm not in trying to impose this level of understanding on you guys. I'm not trying to impose it, right? I'm not trying to impose it. However, I am dropping some seeds for possible consideration, because I truly believe that this is freeing. Okay? This is freeing. It's to free your ass. I'm trying to, I know I'm free. I'm free in my every rising that I get up. I just feel freer and freer, to a point where, y'all, I'm not scared of nobody. I tell people, I say, you put your drawers on one leg at a time, just like me. So why am I to be afraid of myself? You are a reference of who I am, just expressing energy in a different shape, in a different form. because I understand we are consciousness expressing. We are consciousness expressing. I'm not an Anunnakian. I'm not a Pleiadian. I'm not Draconian. I am consciousness expressing in this form. That's what I am. I ain't no God. I ain't no, I'm not no goddess or anything, because now I understand where goddess and God and goddess reside vibrationally. And I have vibrationally and mental ascended from that essence of expression of energy. In mind, in state of mind, in state of being, in state of consciousness. I have ascended past that. So I understand what that is. And I'm not trying to say that I'm better than anybody. It's just that I'm not better than anybody, because to say that I'm better than you is no different than me moving in the construct of the illusion of separation to say in the essence of superiority. And I don't operate that way. It's not about me being better than nobody. I'm not better than anybody. I'm just consciousness expressing. And in the essence of my consciousness that was expressing from a density is now starting to express from an essence of fluidity. That is now starting to express out of the essence of what separates us more so than what, now I'm expressing from what more unites us, right? You free yourself by speaking the truth. Yes, I speak the truth, right? But this truth is not true for everybody, and I get that. This truth that I'm speaking, because I am the truth. I am the truth that is expressing. The truth is consciousness. Consciousness is the truth, right? Expressing. So we are all truths. It's just depending on where we, the truth, is expressing from energetically, vibrationally, and in frequency. And wherever we are expressing from a because there's many truths of you, because you're multi-dimensional. You got a truth that is expressing from third density, fourth density, fifth density, sixth density, hell, probably 999 density. It's your truth expressing from many different vibrational vortexes of energy. And that's all I got to say with any story that comes my way. Because I have ascended above to which the story was created. Because I understand that all is consciousness expressing at different levels of consciousness. What creates different levels of consciousness is where that consciousness is expressing from energetically, vibrationally, and the frequency of that consciousness. The energy, frequency, and the vibration of that consciousness to where the energy is expressing from is what create people, places, persons, and things and experiences. So now, as a result of the density expressing from a physical incarnation in a denser energetic expression, we are now experiencing people, places, persons, and things as a collective consciousness that is dense in nature, that is creating a great ball of fire in a denser energetic expression that we are expressing from. And that's where judgment reside. That's where egregious murder reside. That's where the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent reside. That's where the north, south, east, and west reside. That's where religion and spirituality, all of that reside, right? I broke it down to the lowest common denominator. Who gonna do that for y'all? Who has done that for y'all? I'll wait. Right? Okay? Right now, we are expressing from density because the unity consciousness is in agreement with everything. You think that you are a victim. You think that you are gods and goddesses. You think that we are the one that create. Okay, so fine. Let's say for shits and giggles that you are the original man on earth and this and that or whatever. That's a social construct to keep you separated, because all you are truly peeling back the layers. You are consciousness expressing. So if you begin to understand that you are consciousness expressing, where is the divide? You will begin to understand that you're more unified than you are separated. Like I say, write your list. Write it down. I don't care what story it is. It could be a million stories. And if you write it down, I can tell you where it vibrationally resides. I can tell you. If you give me a story, I can tell you where it energetically resides. I can tell you. Divine words of wisdom said it. And anybody that want to try me and call me out on it, I take up on any offer. I can tell you where it resides. I can tell you where you're expressing that energy from. I can tell when the multidimensional aspect of you is expressing many variations of vibration, because you're great. You're bigger than what they ever told you. You ain't just this one thing expressing from just one essence of vibrational vortex. You are multidimensional. But that's a whole nother different story, you guys. That's why I don't judge, because I get it. But if you judge and you don't want to ascend out of the judgment, then all the vibrational vortex is going to give you is just experiences, constant experiences to be judgmental of. Right? Well, you need judgment, divine. Yeah, you do need judgment in the construct that created it. Absolutely. And no argument. I ain't arguing with y'all. You're right. No argument. No argument. I love you guys. All right. So I've been on here for a little over an hour. I wasn't planning on being on here this long. I'm trying to keep these lives short and everything, because I really want you guys to begin to think about things and stuff like that, and ask yourself, where are you choosing to be in terms of how you want to express the energy. And I realize that many, through epigenetics, through the genetic system of their being, is um, grossly grounded to expressing energy from a density through lineage, through epigenetics. And so therefore you got to look back at your lineage to see, how they have been expressing energy over the course of time. And then that'll tell you why it's so hard for you to move into unity consciousness, if all you have been moving from is denser energetic vortex of how to express your energy through lineage, okay, or through epigenetics, or whatever the case may be, the memory of your genetical codes, right? What your genetical codes memory is comprised of, and the dominant essence of that is going to constitute how you see this moment, right? And if you're open to let these energies come in to reconfigure you, you could just say, unity consciousness, unity consciousness. I know that we've been through a lot and everything, but I just want to experience unity consciousness, unity consciousness, unity. If you keep telling yourself that you want to reprogram yourself into unity consciousness, then thus it shall be. It doesn't have any choice but to give you the codes for where you truly want to express your essence of consciousness. Okay, it has to be your truth, though. Because the universe know when you're telling when you're not telling the true truth, right? Because you are the truth. Okay. All right. So I gotta go. I love you guys immensely. I'm going to go and get me something to drink. I'm gonna try to get this car washed and everything. But I'm always truly grateful for being in this space, to be able to share an aspect of myself with you guys. Once again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to give you a different perspective to consider. That's it. All right. All right, y'all. I love you guys immensely. Have an amazing day, and I shall commence to talking with you guys later. Let me hit in here. Uh-oh.